We share a common journey. We share the common journey of Earth. We're all playing our part in the history of planet Earth.
So it's the one thing we all have in common. That was the thing. We were trying to make a theme that would be relevant to everybody. So the one thing is the Earth and the journey.
Odyssey is the journey. Earth is the place. I'm artist Garrett Campbell Wilson of G. Campbell Studio of Art.
And I'm Suska Marshava, violinist, composer.
Last night's performance was really about bringing awareness to certain environmental causes and issues of social change that are occurring right now in our world. And I mean, as artists, we take note of these things and we see these things happening.
We met each other and it was like an energy, like, oh, I want to do something proactive with my art. Oh, so do I. Oh, let's put our talents together and do something as a collective.
It's like cause and effect, you know, it's like we're showing things, we're showing certain causes, we're bringing awareness to certain causes, and we're showing the effects and possible outcomes, right?
It's more of a documentation of what has happened or is happening right now. It's kind of like, this is what's going on.
Metaphorically, we recreate it with sound and images. Like what's going on in the world today. Waking up.
It's a wake-up call for sure.
Yeah.
We treat it like a book, so it had like table of contents. So you have the book cover, which is the Earth Odyssey, which is our journey on the planet. We're all on the same journey. And then it's breaking it down into little movements.
Electric cosmos.
The Big Bang.
It's the Big Bang, basically. It's a flash of awareness.
Yeah.
It's a flash of an idea.
Like, how did it start? It's like sound. Sound created matter, did it? You know, it's a theory, and you just start creating with these lines and these images and light. And is it a star exploding? What is it? How did we come to be? How did life even come to be?
And perhaps it's even a concept that's beyond our comprehension right now.
Scientists can't even explain it, so we just have to.
Right. And even the influence of light too. I mean, we're doing this to bring the light. Electric cosmos moves into the eye to embryo. That brings it back to awareness as well, because the eye is tying in the human influence.
The third eye.
Yeah, the eye of ascension and general awareness, general sight, you know. That moves into the embryo because awareness, you know, it's almost as if in the beginning of life, you move from awareness just into this physical body. And so what we're doing here with that is we're starting off the spark of insight, the spark of awareness, and we're bringing that into like a physical form as we enter into the world. We use the fetus as an entrance into this world. Life.
That's when the whales came in. I mean, the sea is such a big part of our planet. And it's, you know,
and also
endangered. It's really, really greatly endangered. So it's a big, big topic.
And the life chapter also brought it back to water, right? We always use water as a huge influence.
It's a metaphor,
Yeah, it's a metaphor of just renewal and
flow.
You know, of you know, continuity and being in the flow, right? Yeah, it's also the reality of oneness, right? You know, and that it makes up, you know, I'd say even more than 70% of, you know, of our being.
And then life just turns into a futuristic city, which is basically so quickly we get into this industrial time and we just, technology takes over and we just go at this incredibly fast pace, and we build these cities, and it's just like the future, who we don't even know yet. Right now we're sitting in 2010, so we'll see what it's going to be like in a few years from now. It's going to be probably really different. Futuristic
city also related to the direction that we're going right now with how we're destroying the planet. And it's like we're constantly reaching for the sky, but the sky is getting darker as well. If you look at the painting, it wasn't a bright sunny day, you know, it's a little bit more of a moody kind of atmosphere, right? And it's a little bit darker, kind of like what we're doing with the atmosphere right now. You know, we're clouding our oxygen, right? We're clouding our life source.
And that's where the prophet comes in too, because we've had prophets have come along, Nostradamus, Goethe, Gibran, all these amazing people who used to run cities and towns, and they were poets, right? So they were foretelling the future, and they're no longer in existence anymore. It's like, who's running it now? It's like, okay, whose laws or rules are we going by now? And are they valid, and for what reasons? And who are they protecting? who are they helping, really?
The prophet relates to like a certain level of intuition is also, right? Because it is someone who's taken the time to look and see the damage that we're doing to the planet and to spread that message, right? So it's like the huge face that sees everything, right? The huge eye that sees everything, and it's overlooking this whole process. This is why we put it in the middle of the painting. It's aware of everything that's going on around us. At the same time, it's looking at the viewer, and it's speaking to the viewer and saying, look what we're doing to our environment. Then the prophet moves into city to quarantine, and that is when, you know, the city's on lockdown, where all of our rights are taken away, or you know, where we lose
war, all the wars that we've been through,
yeah.
Holocaust, all the terrible things that humanity has done to one another.
Traffic
affects everybody.
Yeah, traffic affects everyone.
Oh man, I've just been sitting in traffic for hours.
Traffic, yeah.
Things like that, or like, man, did you see how fast those cars are going? Or like you're driving through the neighborhood and these little raccoons are trying to cross the road, and they're like panicking, trying to get through because everyone's just like going so fast. And that's that whole thing with the speed sound, the sound of speed. It just, everything just becomes a word.
Everybody within the city is experiencing traffic, and
in every city,
especially as a result of city to quarantine. Because I mean, you know, people are already unhappy with their lives, and they're already on this one track that they're, you know, distracted from what they're really passionate about. And New Earth is the hope. New Earth is what we can expect our planet to be after we make some serious changes. Some serious adjustments in our lifestyle.
And then it leads to the precious pearl, which basically
relates to New Earth.
Is the New Earth, but it also came from the concept of like you have a pearl in the ocean and how it's made, and it's like a grain of sand, and then it goes through all the roughage and everything, and then it becomes the pearl. So it's almost like we have to go through this process of evolution and learning what works and doesn't work, but it's just like, how long is it going to take before we realize what isn't working?
Yeah.
And catch on to what can work and what can keep us respecting something that it's a gift. Like our place on this earth is a gift, and we need to treat it like that, which is the precious pearl. It's the most valuable thing.
We literally walk on a big Technicolor crystal, right?
Such an amazing revelation.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing, you know, but it also leads you to know that the same way that you tap into the focus that and the hope that a crystal gives you, our Earth really does the same thing. You know, it's a miracle that we're all walking upon it.